How are you guys doing today? I want to talk about things you should know about yourself that will help you understand yourself more in this realm. I am starting this thing new, and just like I promised, I will be doing this to help me and you evolve and know ourselves. This is a new thing I'm starting, and I would like to do it with you. I know you do not know me, you might not know me, but I am taking the leap of faith to come and share my own perspective of things that I've learned in being in this place called Earth. I think that one of our main work, one of our main things, the reason why we are here, is to figure out how to be human. At first, we are not human beings. We are spirits. We are souls having human experience. So when we are born here, we do not really understand how things work here, and then we start learning everything, growing up and learning everything. But before you actually even learn anything, you have been conditioned. Most times we do not know that we are being conditioned. So we are going to be just discussing about it, and I want it to be a kind of a conversation between you and I. If you have interest to join the live, it's open. Just let me know how. I don't even know how to create that space, but I am open to learn. So I think I'll have to start with the story of growing up as a child. So if you have been in an environment that they had farm, you must have witnessed, let's say you have poultry farm, local poultry farm, and you've seen your chicken lay egg and hatch the eggs. During those process of those chicken hatching egg and raising their kids, that is the same process that goes on when you are born into this realm. This place is like a playground. This earth is like a playground where you decide before you start playing that you want to go to this place called Earth and start playing it. Play this game of human being. So before you get into this place, there is kind of a contract you sign, which will enable you forget everything you know about yourself, being a spirit, being a soul, being God. And then when you get here, you start and play the game. Just like you are using that VR visual game that they used to put in your eyes. When you put it in your eyes, you do not know that, like, you forget that that is not your reality. So if you allow yourself to go into that game for a very long time, you will forget that you are playing the game. So when you were born in this place, you still have the memories, but you don't know how it works here. That is why you see children sleep a lot, because they are bouncing in between the two realms, the spiritual and the physical. Whenever you are sleeping, you are moving back to the spiritual world. That's why you forget everything going on. You move back there. So during the time of you being raised, you do not understand anything going on in this place. So you first of all start learning how to get attention. Whatever happened to you, you start crying, so that because you've noticed that that is the only way your parents look at you, get their attention. And when you start growing, you start automatically doing everything that they are doing in that environment. If they are speaking outside in the environment, you automatically pick up from there. Nobody will sit you down and teach you. You take it up from there. From the age of 3 to 7, that is the time you are being programmed like a new phone. You are being installed. So many things will be installed in you. Your society will install most of the things, both religion, both culture, both practice, and everything in that environment. And you adapt it because you don't know no better. You pick up everything that is going on there. So I'm coming on. So growing up here, you kind of were taught most of the things you know. Your environment kind of configured you to things you now build your life with right now, that you think is true, because most of us have never actually asked ourselves questions of why do we believe all these things we believe, why do we accept these things that were that was told to us growing up as a child. Because believe me, if you were born in Hausa land, you speak Hausa without knowing the reason why. If you are born in Igbo land, because your environment is the thing that is configuring you from the age of 3 to 7. That is the time you are being forced to go to school, you are being forced to go to catechism or to go to mosque, you are being forced to go to Monday class if you are an Anglican. These are the time they are configured. Picture yourself as a new computer. That was just being bought. Like, they need to install some certain things in it. And your parents do not actually know what is going on in this realm. So they will take you to the church because they want to do what every other parents are doing in that environment. Once you get to the church, they will configure you in the way the society wants you to be. Fine boy Shoemaker, I see you, my man. So in this place, you do not actually know what you're doing till maybe around 25, 28. And some people do not even really figure out what they are doing forever here. We are here to just discuss for you to actually figure out yourself, to understand that in this place, this earth is a playground where you have chosen to be here, only that when you get here, you do not know how the game is being played. And on this live stream, what I'm doing here is to let you understand yourself better so that you'll be able to play your own game, do the things you choose to do in this realm, and prosper. I am starting this thing new. I do not actually know how the TikTok live things works, but I am making a promise to myself that I'll keep showing up till I understand it. So let me recap for the people that are just joining. As a child, when you come into this world, you own an essence. You have a spirit, a soul with you that can make everything you want come. You choose to come into this place to create with God, to co-create with God, because this place we are into is still into existence. And the reason why God is sending people here, bringing people, souls here, is for us to continue that creation. But the issue there is that when you are coming in, you have your plans, you have things you want to do on a soul level, you have ideas because you have seen the world outside this your body. This your body is just something you get when you are here already. You are a spirit, you are a soul before you come here. So you have actually seen the world and understand where and you can come in and create an impact and make it better. But when you get here as a child, you will forget everything you know. You will forget everything you have known before. It's part of the game. You forget that you have had plans, you have any other thing, and you are growing up. The environment will start teaching you. The environment will start telling you what you should be or what you should do. They will do it in a way that in your mind as a child, you will think these parents, this environment, this society have your best interest at heart, not knowing that you have your own program before you come here. You have your own plans, you have your own things, you have things you want to do and achieve in this place. Most of us did or went and studied a course in school that they did not want to study because their parents insisted on them going that route. Because them being in this place before they give birth to you have this sense of they know better than you, not knowing that they were only a vessel to bring you into this realm. You have your own plans with God. You have the things you have already agreed with God to do in this place. So what I'm doing here today is just to give you my own perspective on how I think if you understand yourself, you will do better in achieving your own purpose in this place. At first, you have to start questioning everything you think you know. You need to sit yourself down and ask yourself, why do I believe these things I believe? You need to go to the core level of asking yourself, why do I believe that this thing I'm doing right now is what I'm supposed to do? Why do I believe that people outside of you have opinion on what you should do? I don't know if people are actually understanding what I'm saying though. But I know with time, just stick around with time, or you check other of my videos. Like I was saying, as children, we came into this world without knowing what is going on, but we had the essence in us, we have the spirit of God in us, but we do not have the language or the awareness of how to pass it on, how to communicate it in this realm, because we kind of lost those sensation, those sensors in us when we get here. So we were taught together how to be a person. We are taught to be a person. They taught us how to be a human being. But if you are old enough to come to this life and watch this my life, you are now at the very age where you integrate back those your spirit self to take charge and prosper you. They think that people are going to native doctor, going to pastors, going to people they think is higher than them spiritually to do is the same thing we are doing here. I am here to guide you to do it for yourself. You don't need external body to do anything for you. The only job you have is to know yourself. Know yourself. Know that you are a product of God, and being a product of God, you are a God as well. Think about yourself as, now you have a phone. Snap a tree. If you snap a tree, you have a copy of that tree on your phone. The tree on your phone and the tree you are seeing outside are not different. That's the same way you are. You are a God in human experience. So the environmental norms that you have adopted is one of the things that are holding you back. The things you have adopted in your environment, we start slowly adapting to survival. We start hearing things that you need to work, you need to go to school, and then graduate, work, get married, and then build family. These are the step-by-step they gave us. That is the only way they understood life to be. Well, each one of us have a blueprint of what they were supposed to do in this place. Each one of us had the things, the desire of the things they wanted to create in this place, because we are creators. We only signed agreements to co-create with God. Whatever you are doing, believe me, you are creating. Believe me, whatever you are doing, you are creating. That is why it's called making progress. If you are not making progress, you will be angry, because you are creating. You are a creator here. You want to make progress. So when you come here, you start adapting to the environmental norms. You start acting a certain way. You start speaking a certain language. You start kind of accepting things that you are not supposed to accept just to be praised. You took some certain insults from people just to feel among. That is environmental norms. You start playing along so you will not feel different. Then your parents helped a lot in doing this thing, that whenever you want to be different, because you are different and there's nobody like you in this place. You had your own blueprint, you had your own purpose, you had your own things you wanted to do in this realm. You signed a contract with God to co-create in this place. But your environment have made it hard for you to carry out those things, because you wanted to respect, or kind of, you wanted to make your parents or your society happy. You have limited yourself so much that at this moment, at this point in time in your life, you felt like you don't know what is going on. That is because you are not in your true purpose. You are not doing the things that you have actually agreed with God to do. Hello, Janice. How are you doing?
Hi, hello.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing today very good.
Nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Bosnia.
Bosnia. Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm from Nigeria.
Nice to meet you, my brother.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have been following to catch up with what we're discussing today.
Uh, where?
Or should I just get you along what we're doing now?
Uh, can you like my eye?
Okay. So let me recap. Sorry for that distraction. I don't know why he called, but first of all, we are here discussing about how you will understand yourself better to be able to align your spirit to the thing you are supposed to do, your true purpose you are supposed to do in this place. That is what we're talking about here today. And we will first of all have to go from the beginning of how things were done to you as a child. That you are a child here, you had a plan with God on how you want to co create and bring things to life in this reality before coming to this place. You chose to play this game of humanity. But when you got here, there's a different thing entirely happening here. You forget all the plans you have made, you forget everything you know about being a spirit that wants to come and have human experience, because everything is spiritual before you become physical. Whatever you're doing has to happen first in a spiritual realm before physical. So if you understand yourself on a spiritual level, there's nothing you cannot do on a physical level. Understanding yourself in a spiritual level is just more like getting to know that blueprint, that plan you have actually been holding on to, that thing you wanted to do before you came here and got distracted by the environment. So this is where we are here now. And the first thing we are talking about is that as a child you are here, you had your essence, you had your spirit, your soul. Your soul, your essence is those things that makes you cannot resist the laughter from a child. You cannot resist when a child, no matter how wicked you are, when a child smile at you, you cannot resist it. These are your essence before the society come and tell you how to live, how to be. And when they try to configure you on how to live and how to be, you are losing those essence because you are losing track. You're no longer living as a god. So you start trying to play along, try to do what they're doing in that environment, thereby cutting yourself short. If you are born in an environment that is mostly filled up with religious people, Christianity, you tend to just fall into that thing, thinking that that is how it works. And if you are born in a place of Muslim worshiping area, you tend to do those things. These are the ways environment try to configure you to forget your own plan before you come here. What you are doing here is co-creating with God. You are co-creating with God. So we are here to help you understand yourself on a spiritual level so that you'll be able to achieve those purpose, those burning desire, those things you had in mind, you have been always wanting to do as a child. So the second thing is that when you are from 3 to 7 years old, that is when you are being configured. That's the time you are forced to go to school, and then the government will teach you how they want you to behave, obey, and listen. So whatever you do outside of the things that is in the curriculum, they will punish you for that. Whereas you are different. You are here to create a different perspective entirely for the world. You are here to live your own truth. You are here to be your own truth. So that is when you start taking in someone else's vision. Your parents will come in and tell you, you have to be a doctor. It might not actually be your choice, but your mother wants to answer Mama Doctor. Your father wants to, or your mother wants to answer the mother of a reverend sister or a reverend father. They will push that narrative to you to the extent that you take in somebody else's vision, forgetting your own vision. For example, I'm going to use myself as an example. I wanted to study law in school, and it caused an issue between me and my parents that my father did not like the idea of me studying law. So we had issue that made I had to rewrite WAEC and go and study banking and finance. I am not regretting doing that. It was just another route I took. I have come to realize now that every way has something to teach you. But I'm trying to make you understand that society will always come in between you and your goal, in between you and your vision. They will want to configure you, they will want to make you do things the way they think is the best way. But you that is doing those things have already a blueprint you and God have discussed about it. That the society, the outside you do not really know. They don't even know it. They do not understand it. So growing up as a child, you might not even know how to say no. But the pressure, the manipulation that the family and the environment will put on you will make you succumb. You don't know much. You think so? You think my dad was right? I don't know. So the disconnection begin. Love might be dangerous. Might be. We don't really know. But in a way, he is right. Because with the kind of fire I have in me, kind of burning desire in me, I wouldn't have been taking a lot of things I took. But let's continue though. Thank you for that, for pointing out that. So the when you are 7 years, you are being configured. So when they are done configuring you, you start obeying, going to school, church, and doing everything the society wants you to do. Till the age of 16, 17, these are the time that they tell you is adolescent stage that children don't used to listen. This age are the age that the children are rebellious because they are waking up to understand that this is not what I really, really, really want to do. They will start trying to find out their own way. But due to that, they do not have resources, they don't have upper hand, they don't know the whereabouts of things, how things are done here, 9 times out of 10 they will end up succumbing to the family. They will end up succumbing to family because you need to go to school. The line they will give you is you need to go to school, graduate, get a job, get married, and start a family. So this thing, they have repeated it so much that even without them saying it, you are saying it to yourself, not knowing that it's not working that way. Life doesn't go in straight line. If you know that thing that you have loved so much to do as a child, bring out 30 minutes every day to revisit it. You will see that it changes the trajectory of your mindset. It will change the way you function as a human being, because there's an essence in you that picked up that thing when you were small. You do not actually know why you are being drawn to that thing. I have always been drawn to music since small. I've been drawn to during my secondary school self, I was doing DJ. But family, society has to cut me off those things because they tag it bad. They tag it that it's something that doesn't make sense. It's part of the lessons I have to learn, but right now I am doing music wholeheartedly. Because you have to come to the age after that 16, 17, you get to the age, because people are not all knowing and all seeing. Yes, I really want to put you on so that we'll be having this conversation. I don't know if you know how this thing work, just send a request and I will add you so that we'll be having this conversation. This is just like the second time I'm coming live and I don't know how it works, but I want to pass this thing. Like I have it in me that I should let it out. So please, if you know how it works, just send a request and I'll put you on. So people will always want to project themselves in you, thinking that they know you better than you know yourself. Most of the time, people that are older than you, they do not even know how they're functioning themselves, but they have this ego that they have been here before you. They are here before you, so they know better. They are here before you, so they are the one to tell you what to do. We are here to co-create with God. Whatever you are doing in this realm, you are creating, whether you know it or not. Even if you are doing the bad thing, you are still creating, because you are making the bad thing perpetuate. You are still making it continue in existence. But the question I have to ask you today is, are you creating the things you really, really want on a soul level? Are you doing the things you want to do, the things you have chosen to do in this place? Because if you're not doing it, just like school, whatever level, whatever stage you fail, you will repeat it. Life is like a school. Life is even the real school, because you're here to learn about yourself. You're here to learn how to be a human being. So whatever level you fail, you keep repeating it till you learn that lesson. After the age of 16, 17, that's when you turn 18. They'll now tell you you are now an adult. What does it mean to be adult? From my own perspective, adulthood is the time that you have graduated from the programming. You are now a fully configured human being that is going to function the way you want him to function, because we have configured him. That's why most times you find it hard to correct an adult, because they will tell you he's an adult or she's an adult, she knows what she's doing. Many of us do not know what we're doing. We are functioning on the programming that was installed in us growing up. we are doing things that are not making us happy because our family or somebody said we should. Why not be your own director? Why not do things that you really, really want to do? Why not know yourself to the point that you are the one pushing yourself, the one saying things that is going to happen in your life? Why do you have to live your life on the belief of what somebody has said about you? Why do you have to give your power away? Because before you come here, God Earth, you have your own plans, you have your own programs, you have things you already know. Why do you have to believe when you are supposed to know? Because believe, you believe in things you don't know, but you know what you know. Let me give you an instance now. You don't believe your mother is your mother, you know your mother is your mother. If I come and ask you, do you believe this is your mother? You think I'm stupid because you know. Why don't you know yourself, not believe in yourself? Why don't you figure out a way to know the main purpose, the main thing you came here to do before they program you? In the temple of Buddha, the only statement that was written in the entrance door is know thyself. This statement is the only thing that you need to do here. I'm glad I'm able to just say these things I'm saying because these are the things that have been burning inside me for a very long time. I have to just say it out right now. If there's any job, if there's any job that you should do in this place called Earth, is to know yourself. It is to know yourself. That is the only job I think you should do here. But not I think, I know. When you know yourself, whatever you do prosper. When you know yourself, whatever you do bring abundance. When you know yourself, whatever you say, your own perspective of things is what the world wants to know because they have never experienced you. You are too caught up, you are too busy reading and going to church every Sunday to learn about somebody else where you need the time to know about yourself. You are going to the mosque every Friday to pray to somebody else. Why you should be saying the prayers to yourself? There is higher power. But knowing that you have actually reached an agreement with that higher power to come here and co-create should let you know that you are always divinely protected and divinely provided for. You are giving your power away each time you are looking for looking for what to do or what to know about outside person. You are giving your power away when you are taking insights that do not align with you from outside person. You are giving your power away each time you want to do things that do not align with your spirit. Your body is telling you this is not what I want to do, but you are forcing yourself because you are in an environment that it is done. You want to feel among, you don't want to be different. You are different. If not noticed now, you are different. Your perspective, the only thing you have in this place is your own perspective, your perception of things. this is the only thing that's made you different. The way you understand things will always be different. And when you know yourself to the soul level, you know and stand on your word and your being. And the way you analyze things, the way you do your own things will always be different. Because you are here to create your own world. You are here to do your own thing. You are here to build your own community. I do not know how this whole thing works. So, what does awakening to your spirit means? The moment you start asking, who am I? That is the moment your spirit start asking a question, not you anymore, not your body. Your body is only a vessel. Your body is only a container. When you start asking the question, who am I? That is when your spirit is trying to wake up. That is awakening. What if you have been on TikTok since hearing awakening, awakening? I'm going to break it down for you to understand it as a 5-year-old. The moment your spirit, you start asking the question, who am I? The moment when people say something about you, you know within yourself that this is not who I am. These people are projecting themselves on you. That is when you are awakening. This happens at the age of 17. At the age of 17 before the 18th, because after 17 years is 18, then they will tell you are now an adult. And being an adult is that you have been fully configured to operate how the society operates. But you are not supposed to conform to any societal norms. You are supposed to be you. You're supposed to be your authentic self. You have your own role to play in this place. You have your own program. You have your own things you want to do in this place. So, when you start asking, who am I? That is when you know that beneath this body, there's something else inside you that talks to you. That beneath this outside, there's a force guiding you, protecting you. That is awakening. But why it feels like the awakening is hard is because you are trying to allow that spirit to come in on a body that have accumulated so much trauma. You are trying to let your spirit function in you. You are trying to give it space to tell you more things. In a body that have accumulated so much trauma, so much role from community and environment that the soul, the spirit does not align with. So for you to embody your spirit, you have to take care of those traumas in you. you have to take care of and make peace and remove the things that does not align with that spirit, because you are a spirit having human experience. When you breathe in, when you breathe in, you are taking in the spirit. They tell you is oxygen. What is oxygen? If I close your nose now, or I close my nose for 3 minutes, my my heart do not stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. So each time you are breathing in, you are taking in consciousness. That is spirit. Consciousness is knowing, knowing. And when the knowing is of yourself, you know that you are doing the job you're supposed to do here. Because when you know yourself, you know why you are here. And when you know why you are here, you know how you function. And when you know how you function, you know that nobody can manipulate you. That is when you are stepping into your true purpose or your true power. You stop giving away your power to outside force. You are more powerful than you think. Handling the traumas, handling the things you have been accumulating, because your body keeps the record of everything you are passing through. Your body keeps the record. Just like your car keeps the mileage. That's how your body works. Your body is the car. Your soul is the driver. The soul knows the direction, the location is going to, but the car doesn't. But when you conform to the body, that is the car to take you to the destination. Your car do not know the destination. Your body do not know the destination unless you align the body to the soul. So the soul will take charge. That is when the driver will always make the right turn. So awakening is nothing but realizing that you have been lied to all your life. It's as simple as that. Awakening in this place, God earth, is as simple as just realizing that you have been lied to. Both your parents, your society, because your parents do not know more better. So when you awoke, when you now know that you have been lied to, the next thing is to deal with the traumas your body have accumulated, deal with the things that you have been holding in your life, the beliefs that you have been holding on to. That is when you go through the dark night of the soul. You have to process those things because they no longer align with the soul you're trying to embody. The encouragement I have for you today is you are not broken. You are just remembering who you are. You are remembering. And how do you remember? In the Bible, you are told to be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that I am God. You cannot remember anything when you are not still. When you are quiet, when you are calm, when you are relaxed. And you cannot be relaxed, quiet, and calm unless you have dealt with those traumas. When you are done dealing with those traumas, when you have actually made peace with your inner child, that part of you that was lied to by the society on how to be a human being. When you make peace with it, that is when you can now align with your soul, your spirit, to take charge and then know how to do things like you do it, as you do it. Sam Anta, welcome to the live. Awakening is nothing but just realizing that you have been lied to all your life. That is awakening. Everything you are told was a lie. So it's now left for you to figure out your own truth. Because your only job here is to mention your truth and live your truth. Spaga, welcome to the live. So when you learn that you have been lied to, then the next thing is to forgive yourself, make peace with the past, and then change the way you function, change the things you engage with, change the ideas you hold on to in your mind. Because now you know better. So my encouragement to you today is that you are not broken. You are just remembering who you are. And when you remember, you function better. When you remember, things don't have option than to be prospering for you, because you are now God creating your own reality. It is universe, you inverse. You inverse. Whenever you figure it out that it is you creating what you are seeing, creating the world you want to see, that is universe. You in reverse. When you go within, you now know within, that is you inverse. So whatever you internalize, it's going to externalize automatically. As within, so without. As above, so below. The above is here. So this is my yapa today. I feel so much better now. And I'll do it again and again. Yeah. Thank you, universe. Thank you, me. Thank you. I'm grateful for being the one used for this energy I am embodying. I have embodied. I wish you the best. Take care of yourself. And know thyself.